and welcome to our first ever Ask James Q&A video, brought to you by Nutter Home Loans, where we answer all of your questions about buying a home. For our first video, today we're going to answer a few questions that we get asked a lot. Question number 1, how do I know if I'm ready to own a home? A mortgage seems like a big deal and I don't want to rush into anything I'm not ready for. How do I know if I'm ready to buy a home? Very, very good question. Let's look at 3 key factors to consider. First of all, in many cities, with today's low interest rates, buying a house can be a much better deal than renting. I'll give you a quick example. If you're paying $1,500 a month in rent for an apartment, that's roughly the equivalent of making a house payment on a $250,000 home loan, which $250,000 can be a lot of house. The second thing to consider is that you're going to need some money to make a down payment, but the good news is down payment requirements aren't really that high. In fact, the most popular loan programs carry down payment requirements for as little as 3 to 3.5% of the sales price. So housing can be very affordable. The third factor to consider is how long am I going to live in your house? Now, you don't have to live in your house forever, but it pays to live in your house for at least a couple of years. Remember, a house is not only your residence, it's also an investment, and to get the most out of that investment, you should plan on living there for 2 years. Question number 2, I want to own a home, but I'm scared my credit isn't good enough. What should I do? Look, there's nothing to be scared about. This is a question we get an awful lot. The easy answer is you're going to want to get pre-approved by a lender like James B. Nutter & Company. Now, getting pre-approved is a fast and easy service that Nutter offers to our customers at no cost. Basically, you'll provide us with some simple financial and employment information about yourself, and in less than 24 hours, we'll come back to you and be able to tell you how much house you can afford and whether there are any credit issues that need to be addressed. Then we'll give you another pre-approval letter, which then you can take to your realtor, and you'll be able, in a sense, to be the equal or the equivalent of a cash buyer in transaction, because both the buyer and the seller will all know that you've been pre-approved for a loan. There shouldn't be any problems with that. Question number 3, how should I pick a mortgage company? I want one that will always be there and always be helpful. I'm scared they're just helpful in the beginning to get my business. How should you pick a mortgage company? Well, there are a lot of important factors to consider, but let's look at 3 really important ones. First of all, you've got to be able to take a close look at both the interest rate that lender's offering you as well as the closing costs, because some lenders sort of realize that a lot of consumers are only looking at the interest rate when deciding which mortgage company to choose. And then those lenders, to make up for charging that slightly lower interest rate than everybody else, will add more closing costs to your bottom line, which will end up costing you more money in the long run. So look at both the interest rate and the closing costs. And at Nutter, we offer both low interest rates and low closing costs, which is what you want to look at. The second thing you want to do is you want to work with an experienced lender that's going to give you really good expert advice and great service. At Nutter, we've been doing this for 67 years now, and we do that, and we've been in business that long because we treat our customers like family. To us, you're more than just a number or a commission. So our loan officers that you work with here are both highly trained and non-commissioned. Definitely want to get good service. And the third thing you want to consider is, will my lender service my loan after the loan closing? Because most mortgage lenders, including mortgage brokers, will sell your loan immediately after your loan closing to an out-of-state servicer. At Nutter, we not only close your loan, but we service your loan. So you're dealing with the same great people and the same great service all the way through your experience, which is one of the reasons why we've been so successful. So if you have questions like this about real estate, ask James B. Nutter & Company, home loan experts for over 67 years. If you want your question to be in our next video, you can tweet at us, DM us, or comment on any of our social media. Just use the hashtag AskJames. For more information today, call us at 800-875-7334 or go online at jbnutter.com.